Hey there, and welcome to another video about the G.I. Joe War on Cobra mobile game. And today I'm going to talk to you about why you need to get CoverGirl, no matter what it takes to get her. Ready? I have made a bunch of notes. There's a little bit to get into, but I think this is important for most of you if you really want to have a chance of getting CoverGirl. These pages will outline exactly how you should be able to not just get her, but complete and buy out the entire G.I. Joe box to make sure you maximize how far you can level her from this event. Because I firmly believe that it is possible for almost everybody. I'm sure there's going to be little variances for all of us, but I believe most everybody has the possibility right now of getting her. So why do you need her? Because she's amazing. Everyone's been complaining, wow, Cobra is overpowered. Cobra has so much stuff, and G.I. Joe's like the weaker faction. She changes everything. Because okay, first off, she's like a vehicle Doc with power. You know how Doc has no, I don't believe, if I remember right, Doc doesn't do any damage. She just goes out there and heals your units. CoverGirl has no damage. She goes out and heals the units, but she does it while she's driving them. Not only that, when she's driving a vehicle, she increases their armor. I think it's 50%. Don't quote me on that. It'll pop up on the screen. I'll pop up the little thing. And she increases its speed by 50%. While healing things, you put her in something like the Havoc, and you've essentially got an unstoppable beast on the G.I. Joe side, and it's amazing. And I should have a little preview of it playing while I'm talking about my first run at the max level Havoc and max level CoverGirl. And in this event, you can get both the Havoc and the CoverGirl. I turned that around. In this event, you can get both the Havoc and CoverGirl. Not the CoverGirl and Havoc, anyway. But anyway, sorry, my dogs decide to bark, and it's a little bit distracting to me. But anyway, we are going to break this down. Yeah, I have it written down here. When you pair CoverGirl with the Havoc and you have a strong team, you might not need helicopters anymore. Wouldn't that be amazing to play this game in a new world where most of us don't rely on helicopters, getting rid of the AAs, dropping your helicopters, and then you just mow down a base with helicopters. I know a few of you out there are trying different things. You're purposely trying to avoid the helicopters because it's not fun for you just to use the same set of units over and over and over. It's not so bad to me, but I do like to play around and try different units here and there. But when they all fall a little bit short than the helicopters, then you kind of go back to the helicopters. But this changes a lot. All right, let's get into talking about, if you hear the paper noise, that's why. Let's talk about the box and how you get her. So they change things up. Usually we're getting like a 58, 59, 62 things to buy, boxes to buy in the buyout box. A lot of stuff. They've reduced it almost by half. This box only contains 31 boxes. You heard that? 31 boxes. So, real quick, a disclaimer, we're going to be talking a lot of numbers. I'll do my best to do it very clearly and very slowly. I'll pop up some graphics just to kind of as I'm working through this. But if you're not a numbers person, you may want to jot some stuff down if you're really interested in this. Otherwise, just fair warning, a lot of numbers are going to be coming out here. So, to begin with, 31 boxes are possible on the G.I. Joe side and the Cobra side. I'm only talking about the G.I. Joe side today because that's got CoverGirl. We've got Baroness, and I don't care as much about the Baroness because of the power CoverGirl comes with. So 31 boxes. They are 300 silver event coins per box, meaning that you will need to buy out the entire box a total of 9,300 silver event coins. That'll buy you the whole thing, which is cool because the bonus reward is 45 CoverGirl cards. That's nothing to sneeze at. That'll get you up a few levels there on her. All right, so let's talk about totals. What kind of numbers can you truly, really pull out of the event? And I'm going to do my best to try to stay on the lower end of the numbers, as opposed to saying, well, if you do all the missions at the top level and you're in the top 10, this is what you're going to get. No, I want to try and stick with the average to lower side of what I believe you should be able to achieve. So let's talk about the event missions. So let's see. So we have 6 missions per faction, and they're duplicated per side. Things like gathering the troops, any unit damage, campaign victories, conquest victories, total war victories, research and development, and there's one other I can't remember at the moment. But those are your missions for the event. Based off of, I'm not going to throw up all the numbers up here for what you get for if you're finishing if you're totally, I'm not going to throw out all the event level tier coins. I'm just going to use totals. We are going to exclude, for the moment, research and development, because if you're at a level like me or some other people, research and development is going to be a very, very difficult mission to finish. So if I include those numbers, that will throw some people off. So for the moment, I'm going to be excluding research and development. We usually have 12 missions total, 6 per GI Joe, or 6 for GI Joe, 6 for Cobra. So instead, I'm going to be working with 5 on GI Joe's side and 5 on Cobra, so 10 event missions. You can earn 1,900 silver event coins per faction with those 5 missions, for a total of, with all 10 missions between Cobra and GI Joe, you should be able to earn 3,800 silver coins. That's a really good start towards that 9,300. 3,800 just for completing the campaign victories, the conquest victories, any unit damage, total war victories, gathering the troops. Oh, I guess I did remember them all. You should be able to do all those. And I'll give you some, I forgot to write it down on my notes, but I'm going to try to remember at the end to give you some tips on how to maybe complete those maybe more effectively. So anyway, 3,800 silver coins is possible if you finish all of the missions. If you happen to be able to finish with the research and development, upgrading those cards, you will earn, between both factions, 4,400 silver coins. That's 600 more coins than what I'm going to be doing this base at. So if you're one of the lucky ones who can finish it, then you're looking at 4,400. But for now, we're going to work with that 3,800 silver coin number. We're excluding research and development, and I'll bring it back in, and I'll talk about research and development later. Let's now take a look at survival. We're going to remember that 3,800 silver coin number. Let's talk about survival. We should be able to do 1 survival run per faction per 24-hour period. Free resets. So when we started, we have 6 days to do the event. So each day I'm going to say we should, in the course of this event, be able to do it 5 times for free. 1 every day per faction. That gives you 10 sorry, I thought maybe I screwed up my addition, but I didn't. So 5 survival runs per day per faction. You're going to get at the lowest track, because when I went through it, and I don't have CoverGirl yet, but when I went through the Joe side, I earned 155 coins, but I also lost one of the battles, or I was 5 coins less. You should be able to, on the lower track, earn 160 coins per survival run at that lowest level, on the G.I. Joe side and on the Cobra side. So we're going to combine those, because you can do a run on each faction per day. Should give you a total of 320 coins that you can earn from survival mode for free per day. So if you're doing 5 of them, that should give you 1,600 coins, 1,600 coins. So we've got that initial 3,800 coins from event missions, and then we have the 1,600 coins from survival that you should be able to do at that very low tier. Now, here's where we're going to get into a bit of a, not dicey, but we're going to kind of change gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about spending diamonds to open up the survival early, because every run will give you every run you can do will give you 160 coins. In the buyout box, whether it's G.I. Joe or Cobra, I'm focusing on G.I. Joe, they've changed things up. We don't get 2,000 diamonds anymore. We now get 2,250 diamonds. There is a stack of 3 diamonds, or sorry, there's 3 stacks of 500 diamonds, and there's 1 stack of 750. If you turn around and use those diamonds for the survival mode unlocks, you should be able to unlock 9 more survival runs. 9 more. All right, so my notes say, because the reason is it'll cost you 250 silver coins or less, depending on if your event's working properly. At the most, it'll cost 250 to unlock 1 run. If you're lucky and after... Now, actually, if you're lucky and it costs less, then cool. But mine kind of broke. My timer doesn't work anymore. I'll have to reset it and go through a run to see if my counter will work again. But my counter broke as soon as the game shut down the first time. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, so if you can do 9 more runs at that base level of 160 coins per run, remember that lower level, you should be able to get 1,440 more coins. Another 1,440 coins added to those previous numbers. That's that base level for 9 more runs. Now, here's something that I'm not going to include in the total, but is a thought. If you spend more diamonds, if you have personal diamonds and you have a lot more of them, every unlock you do will get you 160 more coins. So essentially, for every 500 diamonds you spend, you'll get at least 1 more box to open. But I won't be including that number. That's just a tip. Now, here's a recommendation, and you'll understand more why later, why I'm going to say this now. If you use, not if, but you should use some diamonds to unlock survival. When you do, it doesn't matter if you unlock Cobra or G.I. Joe, use your diamonds to unlock the faction survival mode that will earn you the most silver coins. I keep talking about this base level of 160, and I'll talk a little bit more about why I'm saying that. Most people I believe will have, possibly the Cobra side will actually earn you more, because if you have, I'll get to it later. I'm going to jump ahead and I want to be careful. So right now, we've got a few numbers here. We have 3,800 from missions. We have 1,600 from survival, the basic survival, and then 1,440 from spending diamonds for 9 more survival runs. Those are the numbers we're working with that everyone should be able to do. Now, there's another guaranteed set of coins that will come to you, and that is when the event ends. Oh, that was my watch. The end of the event ranking coins. So everybody, doesn't matter where you place in the leaderboard, I guess you call it leaderboard, you will get some coins at the end, whether it's 30, 120, 160, or 200. If you can place in the top 50% of everybody in the world, you will earn 120 coins each for each mission per faction. You should be, if you can place in the top 50 of per each mission, you should be able to get a total of 1,440 coins between both Cobra and G.I. Joe. No, I'm sorry. Scratch that. I decided not to mention that. 1,200 coins, 1,200 coins, because we're dropping research and development. We're not even talking about research. The other 10 missions, sorry, you should be able to get 1,200 end event ranking coins. So we're adding another 1,200 there. Yeah, don't forget we are still ignoring research and development. I have to refer to my notes, otherwise I'll go so off track. So 10 missions, besides those, 1,200 silver event coins. Now, here's where we'll bring research and development in for a moment. If you don't get anywhere, if you don't rank anything up, you're still in the bottom 50% of ranking, which means you'll get 30 coins per faction. 30 coins for G.I. Joe, 30 coins for Cobra. So you will earn some end ranking coins. I know this because I did it on this last event. I couldn't upgrade anything on G.I. Joe, but I got 30 coins. So that will give you 60 more coins to add to your total so far. Let's see. You will earn, yeah. So this is my firm belief. If you are truly an active player, and I don't mean hardcore, I just mean if you are active and you are completing the events, I believe you should be able to land in that top 50% of everybody in the entire world that's playing this game. I believe anyone who's truly active can do that. I don't try real hard on some of the events, and I always land. I don't, except for the research and development. Even one time I couldn't gather my troops. I totally forgot about opening boxes for cards, and I didn't gather troops. And one time I actually still landed in the top 50%. I believe if you're active, you should land in the top 50%. My camera's trying to tell me I'm almost done with this, so I gotta hurry. Right now, we are at a total between event mission coins, survival coins, spending diamonds for those 9 survival runs, and end event coins. We are now at a total of 8,100 coins. 8,100. That's a lot of coin. That is enough to open 27 of the 31 boxes. We only need 1,200 more coins and only 4 more boxes. At this point, you should have gotten, I'm hoping, this is an assumption right here, a couple assumptions we're making. I'm assuming something, whatever, that you have opened the diamond boxes to be able to put into this. Ooh, I spit on, sorry. The other assumption is not as big of an assumption, but we're hoping that you've opened some CoverGirl boxes. And I'll get to that in just a moment, why I'm hoping that that assumption is correct. All right, so we're up to 8,100. We only need 1,200 more. Doesn't seem like a lot at this point. So here are some thoughts to get more coins. This will work for some of you. This won't work for some of you. There are 15 CoverGirl cards. There are 3 sets of 5 cards that are available in the buyout box. Here's one of these assumptions. If you get them, if you get all 3 of those 15 cards, you can get her to level 3. Why is that a good? That's a good thing because that will earn you 2 level ups for research and development. That will immediately get you 85 coins for getting on the G.I. Joe side. I better be careful. Oh yeah, I do say that here. That'll get you 85 coins that we weren't adding in previously. Then when you get CoverGirl, and if you can level her up 1 or 2 levels before the event is over, then you will be getting more coins for your survival mode, for each run of your survival mode. There's 3 tracks, 3 tiers, and there's a lot of ups and downs, so I'm not going to tell you what exactly you can get. We can go another 20 minutes trying to explain that. But you should be able to earn somewhere between 10 and 75 more coins per run, depending on if you have level 1, level 2, or level 3, or even level 4. So it will, getting some levels there. If you can get her early and get her leveled up early, you're going to be getting more coins overall. So, like, for example, at this point, I'm going to make an assumption. A lot of you have the Baroness, right? If you have the Baroness, you're already going to get 10 more silver coins per survival run just by having her, because you'll be able to go up 1 before you have to drop down that lower tier. If she's just level 1, you should get 10 more coins, which bumps that earlier number of 160 to 170. Right there, Cobra is going to earn you more survival. It's more silver coins in the survival run. So you should spend all of your diamonds on the Cobra side, unless you get really lucky and open a ton of CoverGirl and bump her up. But you have to pay attention to your survival and figure out which side gets more coins. So, yeah, you'll get 10 more coins for level 1 baroness. Now, here's a side note about how my game is working. I've been able to get my baroness to level 4. I have a level 4 baroness because of the event that we had before. Has she only been in here? I think we've only had her once in one event, and I just keep getting a ton of baroness cards. So at that point, I'm actually earning 235 silver coins per Cobra run instead of 160. I'm getting 75 more coins than if I'm just on that lower track. That adds up. If I, from the very beginning, so if I do all 14, my 5 free ones, and then the 9 that I buy with diamonds, all 14 multiplied by 75 actually gives me 1,050 more coins than if you're at that base level. So if you're able to get up to there, that really puts a dent in the 1,200 coins that we needed to find somewhere. Now let's talk about research and development before my camera dies out. I've left this one out on purpose, and I explained why because, well, I didn't explain why, I just left that out because for someone like me, who is a little bit higher level, and I have upgraded like all my cards, and I foolishly did a lot of upgrading early on before I realized this would be a thing we needed to hang on to. There's other higher levels out there that have also, this is difficult. When you get up to 1,200 or 3,000 cards for a unit, that's a lot of cards to earn. So I left that out because there is a portion of the gamer base, player base, that can't do it. If you can complete the research and development missions, you will earn 600 coins beyond the 8,100 total that I gave you earlier. So if you can complete it fully, you've got half of that 1,200 coins ready to use. That's a good thing. I recommend that if you're having trouble, you need to talk with your alliance and coordinate with everyone. Tell everybody what cards you need. Don't go crazy and say, hey, I need this epic card or else. Coordinate and try to figure out what's going to get you a card leveled up. And if you can work with everybody, you all just might be able to do it, pull it off. Open as many cargo boxes as you can because you're getting cards that way. Get as many open as you can. And also, do your daily streaks. Make sure you're tapping your daily streaks because you should land on a silver or a gold chest, or if you're lucky, one of the titanium or platinum chests. Something should pop up to give you some more cards at some point. Get as many cards as you can in to really up that. Vault coins is another possibility. Everyone who's been saving coins and they've been going into the vault, you can convert 1,000 vault coins to 100 silver coins. I could currently, if I wanted, convert my vault coins and get 200 silver coins, so I could actually have 200 more. Free diamonds. If you want to get 2 more runs in during the week, watch every ad you can. You should be able, you'll get, if you watch all 5 ads, you'll get 100 coins. Times that by 5 days, you're going to get 500 coins. That's enough for 2 more runs, which could give you an extra 320 coins when all is said and done. So 320 possible coins. And the end of the event ranks. This is our last little section before my camera decides to time out on me. If you can finish in the top, well, I already mentioned, if you can finish in the top 50, then you're going to get 120 coins. Otherwise, you'll get the 30 coins if you're in that bottom half. If you finish in the top 100 for any of the missions, you'll earn 160 coins instead of 120. And if you're in the top 10 of any mission, you could have all of them, you will earn 200 coins instead of the 120. So those are ways of bumping up the coin numbers also. As I said, I personally am only aiming to be in the top 50. I never really try any higher because it gets really competitive and gets difficult. I'm happy with the top 50%, and that's what everything I've based off of. So, based off of all those numbers and including some of these additional potential silver coin options, I have landed on, and this is base level, this is not including like if you finish research and development, 8,505 coins. You only need 795 more. And I think with those extra little side notes, if you're up playing a little bit higher, you have a higher level baroness, you have a higher level cover girl, you finish research and development, you're going to fly and bust past 9,300 coins if you're paying attention to what you're doing. At that point, you've opened up the G.I. Joe box and you've gotten it all. And you could either then start opening the Cobra side, or I've heard rumors that once you've fully opened a buyout box, you can reset it and keep buying. That could be cool. You could get more CoverGirl. I haven't tried that. I don't know that for sure. But anyway, I'm going to flip my camera off and turn it back on. So there's going to be a bit of a blip here real quick before I talk to you about some other how to complete these mission tips. Be right back. I want to wrap up this video by talking about some of my tips and techniques of how I would work on some of these missions, because if some of you have trouble getting them, like just for an example, I'll be truthfully honest, I'm almost done with the event. Last night and this morning, I did my usual techniques and I'm like done. So some things you don't even have to worry about and they'll get done. So let's start with campaign. This is when I start an event, this is how I approach the event. I use all the battle cargo that I've got and I go after my highest level campaign. Why do I do that? Because even though you've completed the campaign missions, you will still earn trophies from them. So I like to use I go after the highest level campaign that I've got on my map. I will burn through it over and over and over until I'm done with all of my battle cargo. I'm able to do 9 battle cargo, so if I happen to have 9, if I happen to have 6, whatever it is, I burn it down to 0. Then my second, it also really depends on what missions we have for an event. So the second thing I usually do, because conquest seems to pop up a lot, is I'll then go after the player versus player conquest battles, the red icon with the G.I. Joe or Cobra characters. And I'll go through that because typically we have to do 12 of those. And then if we have total war victories like we do this time, we'll have to do 15 of those, which it's going to be crazy easy in a minute. But I will go ahead and do at least 5. No, I'm sorry, back up. I do the campaign ones. Then I go and now we have survival. I used to do it. I go into survival. You will get 10 wins from survival. That will count on your total war victories. And then I will go do the conquest battles. And when I get 5 of those, that will finish my total war victories. And now I've finished 2 of the event missions on one faction. And so then I'll just finish them out. I'll do the next, 7. I'll just do 7 more conquest battles. That wipes that one out. That's 3 done. Now, while we're doing this, you're going to get, in this case, all unit damage. And I think I've completed, okay, I haven't completed that one, but I've completed 2 of them. Survival doesn't seem to add into total war damage, or total, any unit damage. Because when you tap on the little thing, it will say player versus player only. So it's those conquests. So you may have to do more conquest battles to finish any unit damage up. But it's any unit damage. My recommendation is when you're doing the conquest, instead of trying to get to the 2 stars and then wipe out the headquarters, try to stay in that base as long as you can, doing as much damage as possible, clearing away for that to that HQ. So when the time comes, you can send all of your units straight to the HQ. I usually wait till about 20 or 30 seconds. When I'm not paying attention as well as I should, it'll probably be more closer to 20. But if you, depending on how strong and powerful, you'll learn how well your units work together. I can usually knock out a HQ between 15 and 20 seconds remaining. But I will send things out and I will let them clear out an entire map if possible, just to keep getting that any unit damage. And so try to let your units just go off and destroy everything. And if you're lucky and everything gets destroyed and you can send it to the HQ by 1 minute remaining, go for it. Get rid of that stuff as quick as you can, but get rid of all of it. All of it. And then gather your troops is just that. Oh, let me back up a little bit. There's one reason that I do campaign battles first and get the trophies that way is when I'm doing the conquest battles, while you're not using battle cargo, you won't get minerals or intel or oil. You won't get any of that stuff or trophies. You will, if you have an open slot, you will get cargo that you can start the timer on. And that's one of the reasons why I do conquest seconds after my battle cargo has been used up, is I'll get in those cargoes. Now, a bronze cargo only costs 18 diamonds to open. So if you're someone who's kind of in a rush and wants to do it, it's only 18 diamonds. When you earn 100 diamonds a day, then you can open like 5 bronze cargo. And each bronze cargo will give you 15 cards. So 5 times 15, what, 75? Yeah, 75. That's going to start getting up there. But if you use your silver cargo or gold cargo, open it before you go, or start it counting before you go to bed. Open it the next morning. If you're working, start it before you go to work. Then after a while, come back and open it. Use some of the longer spans where you're not in the game to open the longer chests, and that way, like, don't start a 4-hour one before going to bed unless that's all you've got, because you'll get more cards from that silver than you will the bronze. All right, what are we up to? Research and development. Let's see, we did campaign, we did conquest, we did any unit damage, total. I guess we are up to research and development, because total war victories and any unit damage, you don't really need to think about. You just need to keep them in mind as you're doing your other stuff. Research and development. It's not bad as long as we don't get it for 3 or 4 weeks in a row. If we have a couple weeks between them, that's usually not a problem, because we can gather cards. From the events, we can gather some more cards, and we can hold some things to level. When we have it for 3 or 4 weeks in a row, we get kind of tapped out, and that's where we're at right now. I think this is the 3rd week in the row that we've had research and development. The first week, no problem. I was able to get all the way through it. The last week, I think I finished on Cobra because I had a lot of extra Cobra stuff, but I don't think I got anywhere. I don't even remember if I don't think I even was able to upgrade anything on the G.I. Joe side. I'm going to be able to this time. I currently have 2 things that I've been able to get to the point of upgrading. So I'm going to get the 85 coins from the first tier of research and development. Cobra side, I got nothing. If I can get Cover Girl, that'll give me 2 more, so I'll be 2/3 of the way through, and that will get me like 200 coins, I think, or 185 coins. So if I can get the last 2, I'll get 300. And you can get some good coins from research and development. If you're a lower level, or like maybe 7,000 trophies below, I guess that's not really lower level. But anyway, if you're like between 0 and 7,000 trophies, I hope you've got 2 or 3 things saved up. If you like spending money on the game, there are actually some, actually, hang on just a second. Let me pull the game up here. If you like spending money, or if you have a lot of extra diamonds laying around, they just released some, I think they call them victory boxes. Good, I'm still recording, but I'm not recording the game. So let me start recording the game here real quick so you can actually see what I'm talking about. 1, 0, starting to record. All right, so we'll pop into the store here, and they've got these Victory Day bundles. So for 1,000 diamonds, you can get 74 cards, 60 common, 10 rare, and 4 epic. Hopefully something's in there that would help you level. You can get one. Okay, this is what I see. You may see something different, I guess. You can get one of those for $7. There's 5 of them. It's the same thing. 60 common, 10 rare, 4 epic, and you can buy 5 of them. So there's 74 cards, 5 times 75 if you want to put out that kind of money. Victory Day bundle, $25. There is 3 of these. Get 300 common cards, 50 rare cards, and 20 epic cards. You can't tell me there's not a possibility. They compared the possibility of 3 research and development weeks in a row with, hey, they might need cards. That might be good marketing, or that may be a good plan on their part. So $25, so you get 370 cards. So if you're someone who spends money on the game, that might be a way to, 1, gather your troops. That'll finish or gather the troops real fast, and 2, be able to level up some of your cards. So just some thoughts there. And then there's always some other bundles. I have a bat squad for 700 diamonds. I get 57 bat cards. Hey, I wonder. Let me see where I am at on bats, just out of curiosity. See, I need 1,074 cards. If that's not going to get me somewhere close to a leveling, I'm not going to buy anything. Just straight up, if I'm not near a level, I'm not going to buy anything from the store that will get me nowhere near it. The hiss, here's for $13, you can get 23 hiss cards. If I were to look at, well, see, now I'm probably not going to spend that much. I only need 11 more cards. I open the hiss every once in a while. There's a chance, if I'm opening enough boxes, I may get this to be able to level. And I'm not going to just go on forever here, but kind of point out, look at the store. We got a $50 Zartan bundle. Oh my goodness, who wants to put $50 for 8? For 8. That will get you to what, level 3 if you're lucky? Depending on where you're at with Zartan. I'm on level 1. I only ever got 1 card. And then there's other stuff you can buy if you want to spend money to try to bump up side stuff. But I think that between the 2 research and development missions, one the Cobra side, one on G.I. Joe side, I'm willing to bet that you might be able to get 2 if you're a higher level player. Because I've got 2. That's a bad reasoning, isn't it? Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. I hope I've laid it out. I'm sorry this is a little bit longer, but there was a lot of information to get through. And I'm just also now thinking about editing this because I just talked to you through most of it. Usually I talk to you and I play the game at the same time. Not the case. This is me talking to you now. I've got to find all the graphics to put up there, so it's going to be fun. But when I discovered that I think this is possible, I want to get this information out. And I think video form might be better than me going into chat rooms or just PMing people, DMing people, and trying to explain it. I think this is the best way to get this information out. I think this is a cool possibility, and I hope you think it's cool too. Remember, I'm not connected to the game or the company or anything. This is me just trying to have fun with a game that, a lot of people say they play it because it reminds them of G.I. Joe and their childhood and all that stuff. I never left that. I never left that needing to be reminded. But this is just more continuation of G.I. Joe fun in my book. So if you enjoyed this, if this was helpful, please hit the thumbs up. That really is helpful. And if you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. You will be notified. Oh, and one last parting thought. We are currently in the midst of a 24-hour Hasbro Gi Joe Marathon on YouTube. Go search up Hasbro on YouTube and watch some old G.I. Joe Sunbow cartoons. It started at 9 a.m. Pacific, my time this morning, and it's going to go to 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. So that's what? 12 o'clock Eastern. So, but yeah, go watch some G.I. Joe while you're at it. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful day. I hope you found this helpful. Later.